Alright guys, I just got this new set of pickups. These are made by Cavalier Pickups. I already have a set from Rob called the Nashville and Lion King, Nashville Bridge, Lion King neck. This is the Fat Lion Bridge and the Fat Lion King neck. And there's some other good demos of these in more traditional contexts out there, which I encourage you to check out. But I wanted to do one sort of from the perspective of a jazz player. So, because I really was looking for these specifically for playing jazz. I had another set in here previously that I wasn't completely unhappy with. They were the DiMarzio True Velvets. And the neck was particularly warm, not as warm as this, but the bridge was a little bright, and they both had a little bit of a glassy edge to them on the higher end of the tone scale. I found myself using kind of the bottom of the tone control, and never using the bridge alone. It was always either the neck or some combination of parallel or series. I use four-way switching, by the way. So I wanted something that would give me a little bit more usable tones across the tone control and in more positions. And I'm very, very pleased with these. One of the things I tried to do in my demo is play each position with the tone control at all the way open, 100%, 75%, 50%, and 25%, and then all the way off, because I think that's something that a lot of people who demo pickups don't do, and I wish they would, because I'm a guy who writes the tone control and uses my volume and tone to get more tones out of a set of pickups. So hopefully I was able to show you a little bit of how versatile these are. Just to give you some background on my instrument, this is strung with 12 gauge strings, and it's tuned down to D standard tuning. So I'm in standard tuning but a whole step down, and I do that, pick that up from Tim Lurch, because it just gives a warmer sound, it gives a little bit more bottom end, and it also, with the heavier strings, makes it for a little bit easier fretting too. So, but otherwise, just to kind of tell you what I'm hearing in these, the bridge position is, first of all, both of these pickups are still pretty bright with the tone all the way open. That was one thing that I think kind of surprised me, in a good way. And I have, I believe it's a .022 cap in here, tone cap. So it's not the warmest. It's not the .047 that's super warm. And I find this is a pretty good match for these pickups, because even all the way down, I'm not really getting into fully muddy or woofy territory. Starting to. I think if it was any higher of a cap value, I think I would start to have less usable tones. But you can get depending on where you pick, you can get a pretty twangy bridge tone out of this. Turn this reverb off. So, but you can also, if you wanted to use these for jazz on an Esquire, you can get a fairly warm tone out of these just on the bridge. But what I'm hearing from the parallel position is kind of a nice nice chime. Kind of a fat Filtertron sound to me. So it would be good for like Chet style, like finger picking, rockabilly, stuff like that. Stuff where you want a little bit of chime. And you don't want it to totally be warm or totally be twangy, but you kind of want to be in that sweet spot in between. Perfect for that. Not as bright as a traditional tele set in that respect, in that position, but very, very usable and pleasing. I don't like too much high end from my pickups. The neck position, I don't know if Rob intended it this way, but what I'm hearing, I'm almost hearing kind of a mini humbucker kind of sound there, which is really nice because that's a very popular jazz sound. A lot of the arch tops use mini humbuckers, and it's warm. It's got a little bit of that, compression, but it's not as full and bloomy, I guess, as a full-on humbucker. So I really like that. I think this is a fantastic pickup. And you can hear there's lots of clarity. And if you roll the tone back, you can get some pretty gorgeous warmth too. So, and then in this series position, it's crunchy. It's very, very close to a P90 sound to me. And even with the tone roll down in this position, you get a surprising amount of clarity with these pickups. So I hope that I've been able to kind of showcase what these can do a little bit for you. I didn't want to do too long of a demo because some of my demo videos, especially the ones where I talk, get kind of lengthy. So this is just kind of a quick and dirty throwdown of what these sound like and what they can do. And I'll be doing some other performance pieces of jazz standards or whatever that I know or that I'm working on to kind of showcase them a little bit more in the future. But if you're a tele player and you play jazz and you find it's hard to get that balance of warmth and clarity that you're looking for to kind of get a full kind of a substantial tone but with clarity and without losing your high end, and you're looking for something that's very, very versatile, the Cavalier Fat Lion and Fat Lion King set with a 4-way switch and a .022 cap is really the way to go. Just to kind of let you know, by the way, the only effects I used in the first part of my demo before I started talking was I have a Hardwire Supernatural reverb on the spring setting. It was just to give it a little bit of dimension. The later part of this video I had that off and I'm going straight into a 5F1 tweed champ clone with a 12-inch speaker. So there's not much more I can say about these except they're amazing. I'm really, really very pleased. If you haven't done business with Rob at Cavalier, he does fantastic work. His pickups, the quality is excellent. He turns them around in a matter of days of when you order them. And if you have questions, he's very happy to have a discussion with you via email. I've heard some people have talked to him by phone too. I've never got him on the phone. But he's always been very, very helpful. And I had asked him about these when I was still trying to decide which set to get, because he has so many awesome pickups. And he said, well, I really don't make a set of pickups for jazz. You know, a lot of the descriptions on his website are for things like rock, blues, country, stuff like that, kind of that mainstream kind of stuff. And of course, we all know you can use just about any tele pickups for jazz. But this is a particularly good set. And so just to do Rob justice and to you know, maybe throw some business his way from other jazzers, I wanted to let you know that if you play jazz, once you go fat, you'll never go back. So give Rob a call at Cavalier, and thanks for checking out my video. God bless.